Amy Love here, working with these amazing DecoArt products. And here I'm just applying gesso, but I am using my palette knife to do so because I love the texture it leaves behind. So then I'm going to heat set this. And look, it looks amazing. And now I'm going to cover the whole surface with the matte medium. To adhere down the beautiful Norwegian book paper, but also to help to adhere the crackle medium or crackle paste that we'll be using. Because I noticed on the bottle it said you can use, for added adhesion, apply matte medium and let dry before applying crackle paste. So I decided we'd just matte medium the whole entire thing. And I'm not caring too much if I add, you know, lumps or wrinkles. I just like the way it adds to the texture. So now I heat set that. And now I'm going to put the crackle medium on this side, which I've never used crackle medium in a stencil. So I was very excited to see how it would turn out. And I wanted to see the difference between the crackle paste and the modeling paste. So I'm going to do the modeling paste on the other side. And what I found is the modeling paste dries to a more clear finish. You know, it's not completely clear, but it's definitely not as bright white as the crackle medium. All right, and I figured out the hard way that stamping on a canvas that's not just flat canvas is not easy, so I had to push up from the bottom and down from the top. But it was okay. So now I'm breaking out the carbon black and I'm watering it down because I really want to try this awesome technique I had in my head of just letting the paint run down. And so I love it. And now I figured out how to get that paint running. But what I love about is watch what happens when I spray it with the sprayer. It's like, oh, the colors just all spider out. It's just so cool looking. So at this point, I really still don't know where I'm going with this because black is really out of my comfort zone to work with in my art. But I was just feeling it. So then I decided to break out the cadmium red hue, which is an amazing red color. I mean, it's fantastic. It's like, you know, like a deck of cards, red and black. I love it. And I love how they're just running together. Really cool. And now I'm heat setting it, but I'm also using the heat gun to try to run some of that paint down a little bit more. And about now I'm thinking, okay, what do I do now? Red and black, what have I done? But I was totally in the mood to try something new. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other end. But now that I figured out what I'm doing, it's much easier. I love these fluid acrylic paints though. They're just so easy to work with. Love it. All right, let's bring on the red. Cadmium red hue. Just the best red. Loving it. Oh yes, we gotta put some more sprays. All right, and then I decided, well, you know, I haven't put enough DecoArt products on here, and I've been so excited about trying them all, so I decided I was going to put some of the interference and gold just in random places, just to kind of see what kind of effect it would give me. So I didn't use a lot, but I just put it, you know, in a couple places just to see, give it a test run. All right, now I decided I want something in the middle of this, and I was feeling a heart just because the black and red was just reminding me so much of a deck of cards. I was like, let's do this. So I am drawing out the heart in gesso so that when I go over it with the red, it will show up much better. And then I heat set that after I get it covered with my heat gun. And now it's time for the red. This red makes me happy, and I'm not usually a red lover, but I was just totally digging this red. It's like the perfect red. And I love the coverage that it gives. I mean, I could color that whole thing in right now, just with the little bit of paint I have on my brush. It's amazing. I mean, look at that. Fabulous coverage. Okay, and this is the mister in carbon black, and this isn't really what I was going for. I didn't want it to be that dark, and I was kind of like, ooh. All right, so I grabbed the baby wipes and I start rubbing that in because I did not want that to be that intense. But, you know, some of it's just not come out. Like, there's a couple straight lines I wish weren't there. I really tried to wipe them down and, you know, blurry them up. But, oh well, lesson learned. Now here comes one of my favorite things to work with, my food ball pen. I love it because you just trace around and then you smear it, and it just gives the piece such dimension. You know, it looks like it's part of the canvas now, not just laying on top of it. Yeah, one of the things I'm so glad that I bought is the food ball pen. All right, now, here's another product I hadn't used yet, the antiquing cream. So I thought, oh, what the heck, let's just do this. Let's put everything I have on this one canvas. So I'm going through and adding it to the corners. And then you need to heat set it. And then you use a wet cloth to rub some of it off. And I do love the way it looks over the texture pastes and the crackle paste. Really cool. It really brought some of that out from the background. Loving it. Alright, so heat set, and now we're going to go in and rub some of it off with a baby wipes, just what I'm using. And I think it looks cool. Alright, and I have another piece of my Norwegian book paper, because I want to add a sentiment to this picture. So I'm going to use my mister, my carbon black mister, which I had a little bit of technical difficulties there. It was user error, I can assure you. But I'm just going to spray that all black, and then I'm going to heat set it, and then stamp my sentiment on there. Which I love this sentiment, but I gotta tell you, I tried it like 3 times. I'm bad at stamping. So this is really like the 3rd try of stamping it on there. And then I am just gonna use my matte medium to adhere it down. But I didn't really let it dry long enough, so my stamp smears a little bit, and my matte medium gets a little bit of a black hue to it, so I can't put it back in the jar. you know, but it dries clear, and I just went over it with a white gel pen so you could read it. And then I'm going to use my food ball pen again to go around the paper to kind of make it look like it's more of part of the canvas instead of just sitting on top of the canvas. And at some point I sprayed the whole canvas with the carbon black mister, so I'd have little black dots everywhere, but I don't know where that part of the video went. But you can see it now, I mean, you know, all over the heart and everything.